I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
And taking a look at the Titus Build-A-Figure, completely assembled here, and aesthetically the figure looks okay. I mean, it's not bad. Just standing here in a vanilla stance, it looks pretty good. I do think that this Build-A-Figure is a little undersized for the character, at least how I've seen him drawn in the comic books. I think he probably could have been a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, maybe a little more girth on him. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that just looking at him here in a vanilla stance, it looks pretty good. Still, I do have some major gripes with this figure, and I am not really happy with this figure overall. I'm not really happy with the choice of this character, although I am always a big fan of them introducing new characters that have never been done in figure form to the line. I don't know that this was a fan favorite for anybody. I do understand why they did it, being that this character did appear in the comic books and it did appear on the Disney XD show, I believe. So I understand it, but you know, I have some major issues with the figure. As far as the character goes, obviously not one of my favorite characters, not one that I've been following too closely as far as his publication history. I do know that he was one of the main, or the main antagonist in the Nova book, which I didn't really read. I know that he was an ex-member of the Nova Corps, and he served alongside Sam Alexander's father in the Corps. And at some point, he lost his eye and right arm in a battle, and I'm not sure if he blamed Nova's dad or whatever. If you know, help me out in the comments. But at some point, he came to Earth looking for Nova's father's helmet, and I guess he discovered that Nova had it, and I guess that started the rivalry between the two of them. And they were going back and forth for quite some time. So not really sure. They don't really tell you too much about his power set. And like I said, I didn't read the book. Obviously, he can shoot energy from that hand cannon. And apparently he can breathe in space. I'm not sure if he has any other superhuman abilities or not. But not the most interesting character. Taking a close look at the character design. Not bad here. You can see mostly blue with some gold highlights. I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. Like I said, I do think that this guy could have been a bit beefier, a little bigger, but it's not really much detail going on here, not too much going on. The paint work is okay. I do like the way the mechanical arm looks with that sort of gunmetal color, so that looks okay. The cannon looks pretty good. There are some actual holes in there, so if you wanted to really take it to the next level as far as the display goes and try to get some energy waves or something coming out of there, or some type of effect coming out of the hand cannon, then that would definitely work. But nothing too crazy going on here. I do like that the claws are painted, and I do like that it does look like hair here on his hands and on the head. Like I said, there you go, there's that, and sort of like a soft pliable material on the mouth. It's not that the jaw is articulated, but you can kind of move it up and down, so that's pretty cool. Some nice detail as far as the hair. It looks like he's snarling, and you can see some little impressions there on the top of his nose. So that looks cool. In terms of articulation, this is kind of where they lose me. Some of the mechanics on the figure is a little wonky. As you saw, the head is on the ball joint, and the articulation is there when the head is not actually on that ball peg. But once you actually get it on there, trying to get his head to go all the way up or all the way down, doesn't really work, partly because of the collar and partly because of the way the head is sculpted, so you don't get the best range of motion on the head. It will pivot and turn left and right with no problem, but even turning it to the left or right and trying to get him to kind of look while he's maybe aiming the cannon, it looks a little off. It doesn't work as well as I would like it to. But the shoulders on the ball joint, they're only going to go up just about that far. you can get him to do a full 360. He does have an upper bicep swivel, only a single jointed elbow. You get a swivel and a hinge on the wrist. The ab articulation is decent as far as going forward, and it's okay going back, not the best. Would have been nice to get one more click there. You do get waist articulation, which is cool. You have a T-joint at the pelvis, but the legs don't come up too far, and they're definitely not going to go back too far. Splits come out pretty far, but this is where the problem is. These legs, the way they connect here at the upper thigh or towards the pelvis, they come off very easy. So as you're trying to pose this guy up, the legs just keep popping out, and they never really sit too well in the joint. Like even when you just have them vanilla pose, it doesn't look like it's 100% connected to the joint there, and I hate the way that looks, and it's just not cool. But you do get a double jointed knee, and you get rotation. Actually, no, you don't. It looks like it's rotation here, and there is a little cut, but there is no actual rotation there. You get a hinge on the foot. You get a nice deep ankle pivot. You really have no problem standing him the way the feet are, but this leg area, this whole pelvis area, and the way the legs connect here is so annoying. Other thing is the arm is very heavy, so you're not going to really get his arm to always stay up. You can see how loose that is. You know, you got to kind of turn the arm in a certain position to get it to stay up or stay out to the side, and that's a problem. It would have been nice if you could actually have him maybe holding his cannon with the other hand. That's not going to happen. There's no butterfly joint or anything like that. You know, this mole is just underwhelming, man. I really hate this arm. I mean, this is pretty much his major maneuver or his major function, and it's just not working out how I would have liked it to. So not the greatest here. I do think he pairs up pretty nicely with Nova, though. Got a nice little quick scene here, so that's pretty cool. So in all truthfulness, not the greatest Build-A-Figure, not really a popular character, not the most highly sought after Build-A-Figure. If you are a completist like me, you're still going to complete it, pick it up. I collect all of the Build-A-Figures, no matter how terrible they are. So maybe I'll try to mix and match the legs with some other legs that I have that may snap in better. The issue with the legs could just be specific to my particular figure. I'm not sure, but I really don't like the mechanics of the figure, and I'm not too happy with it overall regardless. So not one that I would highly recommend or recommend at all, but if you are a completist, then go for it. Alright, until next time. Peace.
That's crispy.